What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we have a fun video for you guys to enjoy. So this video is none other than based around something I really like to talk about, and that is our weekly meta report. So this is a glimpse at the meta, see where things are shaping up, and without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. First off, as you can see, the big two that seem to have had a massive uptick from last week had to give it to... just kidding. Digimon is the only one that moved up, while Suprises moved a little bit down. But with Royal Knights, they have still seemed to be the big boy of the meta. It's either if you can beat them, you can compete kind of situation. But taking a look across the board, we have Galaxy doing some shenanigans as always. A lot of players will just complain saying, oh, it's Galaxy again, But Gallantmon X has moved up in multiple ways than one. They are playing either the blue base, which we'll cover in this video, or they're playing the red base, which, again, both have goods and negatives to each other. But it's up to you how you want to play it. Suprises X just being good, annoying deck, being able to spit out so many bodies. If they don't answer response, you're kind of in a bad spot, and that's kind of the problem there. Then you have none other than Hunters moving up as well. Then you have Red, Purple, Imperial Digimon, and Gallantmon kind of just doing their thing as well. Marcus getting a couple wins this week with its punching decks. Then you do have Blue, Green, Imperial Digimon, Examons. You have Duskmon, the new purple hybrid shenanigans. Adventure still getting some sneaky wins in at the local level. Again, good deck is good deck. Medusa sneaking up some wins as well this past week. Kind of cool to see it getting two tops. Then you have Taiki, the Crossheart deck, which, again, Crossheart's still a pretty solid deck. Then you got Rosemon coming out of nowhere on left field. Nobody's been really eyeing Rosemon, so we'll definitely take a look at that list. Ancient Garu, the Emperor Grey, Dynastmon even sneaking in for an event, which is surprising to say the least. Dynastmon hasn't done much in the meta, even on both sides. Then you have Appmon getting a win. You got basically Birds getting a win. You got Black Base Alphamon getting a win. You got Mastimon sneaking a win here. Jessmon sneaking a win. You got, the deck that just does not want to retire itself. Mirage getting a win. Then Lord Nightmon X with the 3 Great Angels. Alphamon not the Adventure deck, Chronicles deck. Magna X getting a win, Gammamon getting a win, even all 4 sneaking in a win as well, and Bloomlord. So, kind of where you think I'm going to be looking at. Let me know before we even progress what decks you think I was going to do. And if you're right, say I was right on the nose. Now, first off, let's take a look at the Medusimon list. Medusimon is a very scary deck, especially because I like that they're taking a Medieval Gallant, because guess what? Medieval Gallant can pop instantly the token that gets played, and that can lead to being something really good. I think comboing with Medieval Gallant is just the way to go. Kind of interesting to see Ukamon, Grumblemon makes sense. The Growlmon Ace, hit or miss. I think it's just to pop the token and just be able to trash the security. But all in all, the deck has a lot going for it. And again, I don't know where we're going to end up going with it, but I definitely approve of the Tyrannomon tech. I think it's one of the stronger ones, and at least it's a Liberator, if I remember correctly. So it's at least another viable hit across the board, being a Reptile and a Liberator. So again, I think this is pretty solid for a list. Now, we did get Grand Loco. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Choo Choo trains. Who had Choo Choo trains? Yeah, I completely spaced that I found a Choo Choo train list, and that I didn't actually put it up there. That is my bad. But, let's just make sure this isn't just some... not playing. No, super rares are allowed. That was a 4th place list. So yeah, Choo Choo trains. Who wanted Choo Choo trains? let me know down in the comments if you guys need help seeing what cards this is. These are both the Haguramon, so just be ready for Choo Choo trained Haguras. Espimon, then you have, you know, Cybertramon X right here. I mean Cybertramon Ace. Then you have, oh god, why are people so bad at this? You know, you have the Tyrannomon. Wow, Tyrannomon from EX8. This 7 costs, and this 7 costs. Oh, this is Hoover Espimon's Evolve form. Okay. And this level 5, I can't tell you. Light sucks. Do 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 do. Like, you kind of get a glimpse at what they're using. This is a line here, so I need to figure out what that line is. It's got blocker. If anybody could figure out what these two sets are, tell me down in the comments. It'll help everybody realize it. But they're playing the Metal Seadramon Ace, they're playing Dark Dramon Ace, and Giga Seadramon, which is not a bad tech lineup. So yeah, if this is what you wanted to do to get trains to go choo choo all over your opponent, go for it. Now, I always like seeing where All Force kind of is going. This is completely left field. Wasn't expecting All Force like this. So All Force just doing All Force shenanigans, playing Medieval Gallants in their list and Invisimon as well. I kind of get where they're going with it because at least if you get a swing in with Invisi, you kind of de-digivolve back into the ultimate you want to get into. Digivolve right into All Force, get to play the arena. As long as you can keep it your turn, you get the unsuspend, you get some extra damage in, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, that can be feasible. It looks very janky, but if someone wants to give this a try, go for it. I have no objections on people trying All Force because I know you're big fanatics of it. Now, Rosemon, yeah, definitely wasn't expecting Rosemon Burst Mode to do something, but apparently people are figuring out the list. So yeah, I think if you guys want to try out Rosemon, I think this is a good starting point. I don't think there's anything wrong with how you would go about it. So yeah, check it out. Now, Dynastmon, I think it was a super fluke here, but you know, deck does what the deck wants. You know, gets big and beefy with its raid abilities and being able to minus your opponent's threats and get buffed up as well. You know, this thing is another threat in itself. It's got raid and blocker, so yeah, you can climb over most threats. So if it's up to you how you want to build the deck, it's up to you. I think there's no real wrong way about going about it. Now, you do have black base Alphamon, which again, it's players' preference on how they want to build the deck, but I do like that they're using Mega Digimon Synthesis because being able to one of your Digimon and one card in your hand may DNA Digivolve into a level 7 in your hand, which allows you to get into the Oryukumon Ace, which is pretty solid there. You know, the Sophia Memory Boost will help you get your yellow pieces, which you have a couple, which is not terrible because the ones you want to get are those yellows. So yeah, if you get it, you get it. Now, again, we have Gotcha, the Apply deck, just very standard list. Players are starting to see more and more consistency with this list. Just players are adapting and learning how to play it. Next, we do have the blue base Gallantmon X antibody. So if you guys are thinking about this deck strictly thinks about just playing Hexablow, you know, combination with Gallantmon X. So yeah, both are really scary threats when they combo together and leads to your opponent just having a bad time. So just something to think about. You know, you do have Mega Seadramon X antibodies and just go to town from there. I think a lot of players are going to adapt their strategies, and you know, if this Digimon has jamming, allowing this thing to have jamming and just trashing and then boom, boom, boom is really solid. And again, I think the only expensive cards is Hexablow and Gallantmon X and, you know, Omnimon X Antibody, and the rest is just dirt cheap. So yeah, if you got these, just plop it in a deck, give it a shot, you know. Oh yeah, there's protoforms in here, so yeah, it's not even that cheap. Birds, caca. So taking a look here, they're using Medieval Gallantmon, which not bad because again, you do like to self-play a lot of things, and because you can combo with Wings of Love with Sora It leads into just getting into your Garurumon, climbing all the way up, and then boom, you know, just having your opponent have a bad day with Medieval Gallant is always fun. You know, they're also teching in, you know, Oryukin mode, Oryukin Ace, just really solid. I think a lot of people are going to adapt for the birds. Interesting. Oh, it's just because it can de-digivolve. Got it. But crazy. Now, we do have Mastimon. I know a lot of players are just foaming at the mouth for a Mastimon list, so I figured let's take a look. They're using yellow base, which uses Toke, Candles, Patamon. Patamon's not a bad trade-off because, again, you need to have some sort of way of getting into your Gatos at a reduced cost, especially because this one's going to help you reveal the top 3, add 1 Angel and Mirai to your hand, return the rest to the bottom. So that's going to help you search your pieces. You know, you have this Gato that's going to give barrier. So at the end of the day, has a lot of potential, and with promo at 4, I think this is a way of getting some Mastimon players to dust off their deck and actually get some cooking done. So Gammamon, just being Gammamon in itself, right? You know, got Paroxymon, one of, you know, I do not go against Omnimon X Antibody. I think that's a really solid tech choice. But all in all, and just a red hybrid for game shenanigans, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, again, we got... Okay. So, they finally got cooking. They finally got it working. So, they brought back the blocker base with Mother D Reaper. They kind of combo in with Mercurymon, so giving it blocker, which is pretty solid. And I think there's another way of giving something, and then Rook device to be able to give your Mother D Reaper blocker, which again, this was basically the way the deck needed to win in the first place, was to basically set up their devices to trigger all the shenanigans. I love the Supreme Connection because it now reduces the Justimon Ace down and the, you know, X Antibody in its own right. So again, you're in a high cyber style of play anyway, so why not take advantage of it? I like that they're using the Rook device to make Mother a blocker again, and you know, Mercurymon being able to create that situation of her being a blocker is always vital. Now, again, this is a blue-based, well, this is just with red-based top end. I do like having this as an option for players. Again, I like Dynamon as a tech, and Ancient Garu are really great techs to make this deck super aggressive. And again, you know, the engine is pretty solid. There's nothing really out of the ordinary in the engine. You know, Invisibeagle to quote-unquote de-digivolve itself is really vital. But all in all, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe. Let me see if I actually grabbed the logo. No, I didn't. But yeah, all in all, guys, pretty solid week run. Let me know down in the comments if there was anything I missed. But guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.